horror freaks, Jurassic World Rebirth is here, and somehow Universal made a dinosaur movie that made me nostalgic for Jurassic Park 3, and I do not say that lightly. This is the movie that promised us a return to horror, a savage, gnarly, back to basics bloodbath. It whispered in our ears, dinosaurs are scary again. Instead, it gave us Snickers wrappers, a baby merch goblin, and a hybrid monster that looks like a rejected concept from the Thing remake, and I like that movie. And look, I love dinosaurs, I love horror, I love chaos, and this movie gave us none of them consistently, but it did give us some deaths, and you know what that means. It's time for the Oddly Awards, the only horror award show where the trophies are cursed, the nominees are already extinct, and the only thing guaranteed is a body count. Tonight, Jurassic World Rebirth steps into the arena, and we're ranking every death in the movie, from worst to best, and handing out our blood-soaked, slightly unhinged, and totally legitimate trophies along the way. I'm Connor, your host, your kill count curator, and the man who has now watched this movie 3 times. God help me. But let's start the show. Hit that opening title sequence. Number 9, the We Really Want to Be Final Destination Oddly Award. Alright horror freaks, the awards are kicking off, and what better way to start than the very first death in the movie? That's right, for the first time our first Oddly Award tonight goes to a scene that actually technically makes sense to start with. But spiritually, emotionally, cinematically, it's a massive red flag. Because when your movie opens up with a death scene, especially for a movie that keeps saying it's a return to its horror roots, that should be a statement. It should say we're back, we're brutal, and we're not messing around. But Jurassic World Rebirth, it opens up with the Snickers wrapper. No, really, it's a cold open set in a top secret InGen lab where some poor technician accidentally drops a Snickers bar. The wrapper flutters into the vent, short circuits the system, and triggers a pressure gauge, and then boom, hybrid dino containment breach. This opening really wants to be Final Destination. The Rube Goldberg chaos, the chain reaction, and look, I love Final Destination chaos as much as anyone, but this would suck if it was in that franchise. I mean, Dev, you're here tonight. I'm right? A man of many words. The D-Rex is released kind of off-screen, the technician gets dragged away into the shadows, and then the title slams down like it's proud of itself. It shouldn't be. We're not even 5 minutes in, and I'm already nostalgic for better openings. The Jurassic Park had that iconic raptor cage and the screaming, and whereas Rebirth just gave us comedy, cartoon, in-universe logic. So congratulations, Snickers guy, you might be the worst, most unceremonious death in this franchise's history, but hey, you still get to walk away with our opening honour tonight. Number 8, the Air Traffic Control Oddly Award. Alright, let's keep this bloodbath moving. And hey, are we starting to notice a little theme here? Because yeah, the D-Rex is really killing it on this list. Like, literally, repeatedly, inconsistently. God damn, this scene was fucking stupid. Not just because, oh, I miss my Jurassic Park with dinosaurs or whatever. I like big nasty monsters just as much as the next emotionally repressed horror host. But no, I hated this, because when the movie finally does decide to show off its big, ugly hybrid star, it completely fumbles it. So here's where we're at. The survivors have finally made it to the extraction point. The flares are going off, evac chopper is coming in for the landing, you know, that classic movie moment. Due to the D-Rex, who apparently just took stealth lessons from Batman because it just appears out of nowhere silently and chomps down on the helicopter. This is why I get mad, because the size of that thing, but somehow it just sneaks around like grandma on a laminated floor. why not, I don't know, build some dread? You have the characters hear a boom, and then another boom, the ground starts to shake, trees collapsing, you tease it, you build to it, you give that audience that primal, oh no feeling. But oh no, this dino just potters out of the woods like a confused pensioner trying to find the incontinence aisle. Now look, on paper, monsters eating helicopters should be good old-fashioned popcorn fun, and I'm sure you might be thinking, can't I lighten up? It's a dinosaur buying a helicopter in half, live a little. And to that I say, no, I hate fun. And more importantly, this scene only works if you immediately forget about it, because what happens next? The T-Rex picks up a human, and they look the same size as the helicopter. Huh? What? Is it shrinking? Does it have a rescale button? I don't want to go full CinemaSins on you, but this is lazy as hell. This was your set piece, your chance to show the D-Rex as an unstoppable force, and instead, it's kind of just a punchline that contradicts itself 5 minutes later. Number 7. The best supporting severed hand in a feature film, Oddly Award. Alright, I told you, this award show is gunning for the D-Rex tonight, and luckily, mercifully, this is gonna be the last time we have to talk about that swollen CGI abomination. So what's happening here? The movie's nearly done, the group are on the run, and our corporate snake Martin Krebs has predictably turned on everyone and is trying to bail with the dinosaur DNA samples. Classic corporate villain stuff. And just as he's making his slow motion getaway in a jeep like a low budget Bond henchman, boom, the D-Rex appears, smashes the van, and you know what, on paper, this is the one. This should be the kill of the movie because it's kind of set up like a big deal. It's the first time the film really goes for it. A proper on-screen death. This should have been the movie's defining kill, but instead, I just ended up laughing because, like I said just minutes ago, this exact same dinosaur was buying a helicopter in half like a Snickers bar, and now suddenly a single man is the same size as a helicopter? What is going on? Did we just think nobody would notice? And yeah, I get it, they needed that little DNA briefcase to survive, but the way the movie handles it, it's laughable. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but the D-Rex has officially taken home its 3rd award of the night. And with that, we can finally stop talking about this stupid science project.
Excuse me, comma. Can I have a moment of your time to talk about creature plagiarism?
Oh hey, Xenomorph, Rancor. I'm guessing you're not fans of the D-Rex either?
That's right, we're launching a GoFundMe to sue the D-Rex for aesthetic theft.
Yes, but we're also doing a panel at MonsterCon, being copied by the worst creatures, a survivor's story. I mean, look at that thing. Shiny ball-bag skull, he's copying me. Lumpy bulldog face, that's my name man over here.
Hey, I moisturize.
Just think, if Universal put dinosaurs in their dinosaur movies, they wouldn't have this problem right now. Number 6, the Raptor, I hardly knew her, Oddly Award. We've bashed hybrids, we've dunked on bad CGI, and we've honoured hands still clutching briefcases, but finally it's time to talk about a real proper dinosaur. Can I get a cheer, ladies and gentlemen? You guys are not going to like this. So whereabouts are we in the movie? Well, night's fallen, tensions are high, and Xavier, aka the character you keep hoping will get eaten, wanders off for a piss. And in the background, the Velociraptors finally show up. You remember them? The iconic franchise mascots? The horror icons? The clever girl killers? Finally, I thought, we're back. We're Jurassic. Let's go! And then they straight up get cucked. Not even 30 seconds into their screen time, boom, one of them gets ambushed by a Mutadon and dragged off. Just absolutely clown. No screech, no chase, no clever girl moment, just yoink. Goodbye! The Mutadons are those mutant bat-dino hybrids the movie introduces later in Act 2. Basically a failed mutant hybrid of a Velociraptor and a Pteranodon. But that's it, folks. That's your Velociraptor fix for Jurassic World Rebirth. A blink and you miss it humiliation cameo, followed by a dark, can barely make this out, murder. Like they wandered onto the wrong soundstage and the movie just rolled with it. And hey, look, I get it, Raptors have had a good run. They've been front and center of this franchise for a while now. Maybe it is time to bench them for a little bit, but did you have to do them this dirty? Number 5, the Battle of Hell, and then straight back into it, Oddly Award. More mutants. Yay. Yeah, alright, let's keep this one brief, because we've already talked about the Mutadons more than any of us ever really wanted to. The survivors are holed up in an abandoned InGen compound, and during one of the movie's few attempts at tension, a mutant crawls down into the vents like a gremlin, only for Zora to turn around and absolutely shred it with a gun. And credit where credit's due, it might actually be the bloodiest death in the entire movie, I guess?
Whoa, now we're talking. This god-awful award show is finally worth watching. Blood, baby. Blood.
Oh great, that jerk has shown up again. Man, I yearn for a Dracula-less award show.
And your comment section yearns for you to stop all this yapping. Alas, neither of these things are ever happening.
And then there's the other Mutadon, whose fate is kind of up in the air. It shows up, gets blocked in the gate, and then that's it. Like, come on, couldn't you have just crushed its head with the gate? Give us a payoff, ramp things up, let us cheer. Is it dead or just trapped? I mean, it's likely gonna starve to death off screen. But either way, because of that, I'm gonna award the Mutadon twins with a double award here tonight. But you have to share this award. We have not got the budget for one each. Number 4, the cynical merchandising mascot most likely to die of heat stroke, Oddly Award. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you may be thinking you've lost your goddamn mind, and you'd be absolutely correct, but you're gonna love this one, because this death, oh my god, this death is everything wrong with Jurassic World Rebirth wrapped into one moment. So let's talk about Dolores. The movie wants you to love her. She's small, she's wide-eyed, she chirps like a Furby, and she follows our human characters around like a loyal Pixar sidekick. She is there to be the baby Yoda of the Jurassic universe, but more transparently, she is a product. You know what I'm talking about. You can feel the Lego sets, plushies and Funkos being designed mid-scene. That is Dolores.
Well, I feel personally attacked.
But look, you're probably still wondering, esteemed host Connor, king of logic and fairness, why is this adorable creature in your kill count video? She didn't die, she didn't kill anyone. What are we doing here? Well, sweet summer child, take your mind back to the very start of this movie. Back to that beautiful, law-breaking, heavy opening title card. The modern climate and disease has taken their toll, and public interest has waned. Most surviving species now only thrive in a tropical band around the equator. Translation: dinosaurs cannot survive outside of this island. And then when we get to our final scene, our survivors are boarding the boat, they're battered, they're traumatized, bruised, but they're alive. And then we see her, Dolores, on the boat, leaving her tropical sanctuary, being carried to her doom by this little girl who in this movie has a bigger kill count than the T-Rex. That's right, Isabella just kidnapped a dino and smuggled her straight into climate death. When Dolores steps off the boat into America, it's over. She's cooked, charred, extinction. This Jurassic baby Yoda has been escorted into the 7th circle of climate hell. And I've got to say, I genuinely didn't think this franchise had the balls to do something so horrifyingly dark. So for committing the most brutal implied murder in the entire film, and for highlighting just how stupid this movie's world building really is, we proudly present Isabella and Dolores with the cynical merchandising mascot most likely to die of heat stroke, Oddly Award. This movie's a mess. Number 3, the At Least He Tried Oddly Award. Okay, I'm gonna really try here. Genuinely, honestly, I want to say something nice about this movie. The Spinosaurus looks cool. There, I said it. Great redesign, love the aquatic traits, it's really scary stuff. So after a solid 40 minutes of hybrid chaos, mutant nonsense, and characters arguing over GPS coordinates, we finally arrive at a scene, dare I say, almost feels Jurassic. Almost. The crew pick up a distress signal from a nearby family, and when they arrive, a pack of Spinosauruses working with the Mosasaurus like it's prehistoric SeaWorld. And then we've got it. Bobby, doing his best evil Chris Pratt impression, heads to the starboard side. He spots one of the Spinos, grabs his tranquilizer rifle, and he fires. Misses, fires again, misses worse. I mean, this is Stormtrooper level, straight up embarrassing. But then boom, one of the Spinos bursts out of the water behind him and his thing bites down. Bobby grabs onto the door frame and there's this little moment where he locks eyes with Isabella. This is actually pretty great stuff.
I did that shot bear with a malfunctioning rig and less CGI.
Bruce, didn't you just turn 50? I mean, sit down, old man. Could we have gotten a little bit more gore here? Yes. Could it have been shown fully on screen? Obviously, but this is one of the few moments where an actual dinosaur does actual dinosaur shit, and a human pays the price for being dumb as hell. So congratulations Spinos, congratulations Bobby, you died doing what you loved, missing every single shot and getting clowned by the Spinos. Number 2, the Rock Has Teeth Oddly Award. Okay, real talk, the next kill, I actually really dug it. I know it's shocking, but hey look, miracles happen, and this one had something the rest of the movie seriously lacked. Audience reaction. When we finally made it onto the island after getting absolutely wrecked by sea dinos, the survivors are limping their way onto the beach. There's a weird, awkward quiet, and just for a moment it feels like maybe, just maybe, things are gonna settle down. Then we cut to Nina, a classic red shirt, barely injured, mostly there to fill space. She steps forward and behind her, what you think is a pile of rocks, they start to move. And I'm not kidding, in our screen and people gasped, actual gasps. It was the first time I heard the audience react to a dinosaur in this entire damn movie. The Spinosaurus slowly rising from the background, that was legitimately cool. It's simple, it's primal, it's cinema. Now look, in a perfect world, would I have milked that moment out even more? Really build tension, stretch it out, let us stew in the silence, give us wide shot, branches breaking, maybe a rustle in the bushes. Instead, what we got was like 5 seconds of creeping and then bam, Nina's gone, off screen, chomped. It's still off screen, it's still too fast, but at least it had a little bit of setup and a vibe, and it was a moment. If we had gotten more of this kind of kills and less of the Snickers wrappers and mutant bats, I would have felt a whole lot better about the rest of this movie. So Nina, you didn't make it past the beach, but your death gave us one of the only scenes where the dinos felt like a proper threat. And that's why, for this reason, you are walking away with the Rock Has Teeth Oddly Award. No gargoyles, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the other rock with teeth.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The glitz, the glamour, this is it. The best death in a leading role. And tonight, it goes to Leclerc and his brief but brutally unforgettable time spent in the gullet of the Quetzalcoatlus. Now look, just like everything else in this damn movie, I have serious issues with this scene, because in theory this should have been the most terrifying sequence in the movie. We're scaling the mountains, we're miles from solid ground, the terrain is alien, the air is thin. This isn't humans' land anymore, this is the kingdom of the sky beasts. And what does the movie do with that? Well, nothing. Where's the tension? Where's the dread of being watched by something in the clouds? Why aren't there silhouettes of other pterosaurs swirling around like vultures above? Imagine if the earlier raptor scene paid off here. If we saw the Quetzalcoatlus dive bomb the Mutadon and steal the raptor for its nest of screaming sky babies. But look, we didn't get that. So what did we get? Leclerc, Zora, and Henry rappel down into a temple embedded into a cliffside. There's a Quetzalcoatlus nest inside, and while Henry collects a DNA sample from one of the eggs, Leclerc is sent to clear a loose rock from the cliff path. Solid red shirt vibes already, but then the Quetzalcoatlus returns, and our red shirt actually does something heroic, and he throws a rock to distract the creature and saves Zora and Henry. The Quetzalcoatlus then goes full on rage mode and starts pecking and snapping at him. They try to pull Leclerc up, but the Quetzalcoatlus rises behind the cliff, and Leclerc is already in its mouth. It's a slow, awful reveal. He's dangling helplessly, it's fast, it's humiliating, and it's horrifying in the best way possible. His body flops harder than Megan at the box office. Sorry Megan, too soon? Honestly, most of the credit here doesn't go to the script, or the editing, or to the direction. It's the animators. The way the Quetzalcoatlus moves is so bird-like in the worst way possible. Fluid, angular, alien. Any dinosaur fan knows the feeling. You look at a seagull or a pelican and go, if this thing was 6 meters taller, we'd all be dead. And as someone who lives by the sea, I've seen these birds play with prey in their mouths, twisting it, tossing it down, and making you think there's no way that's fitting in, right? And then slurp, gone. That's what this scene captures perfectly. It's not just scary, it's visceral, and honestly, I would have made the Quetzalcoatlus the main big bad of the entire movie. Forget the hybrids. Give me a full-on Jurassic in the skies horror. Build it up, make it a shadow above give it mythic weight, because this one kill, it almost makes the movie feel like it has something. So to the animators, I say respect. To Leclerc, I say maybe duck next time. Yes, that was a bird pun. And to the bird of death from the skies, we proudly award Leclerc and the Quetzalcoatlus our award of the night. Best death in a leading role. That's right, give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Leclerc, come up and collect your award. Obviously on behalf of the Quetzalcoatlus, because let's be honest, inviting that beast to the Oddly Awards, that would be insane. That thing would kill all of us here. Like instantly, straight away. But don't worry, there's no shot of that happening. None whatsoever. Not happening, folks. Not happening. Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit, you run your life. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that's it, folks. Jurassic World Rebirth. A movie that promised, oh god, promised to return to horror, and yeah, definitely forgot about the horror part. Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick. Okay. But hey, we will keep showing up, won't we? Because deep down, oh my god, in our monkey brains, we just love watching dinosaurs eat people on a giant screen. Oh, help, somebody help. It's primal, it's stupid, it's cinema. Oh my god, now as always, it's your turn. These were just our awards. So now tell us your favourite kill or death in the movie. Tell me which dinosaur deserves better. And tell me if I got anything wrong. And I promise to read it while dangling from a 6-meter sky demon. And if you're new here, subscribe to Oddly Horrific because the chaos, it's only just beginning in this video. And if somehow I survive this, the Oddly Awards will return, and I'll probably be in the next race. Somehow, this is definitely Dracula's idea!